All right, Verona starting lineup for the boys.
Number 0, Kyler Mace.
Sophomore 0, Kyler Mace. Number 2 is junior Miguel Castillo. Number 4, senior Sean Lechner. Number 20 is Valentin Garcia. And now for the starters for the Cougars.
Senior number 3, Ben Schumacher.
Senior number 3, Ben Schumacher.
Jaden Smith.
Senior number 4, Jaden Smith.
22, Cannon Miller.
Senior number 22, Cannon Miller.
Senior number 24, Broderick Burns.
Junior number 24, Broderick Burns.
And senior number 25,
And senior number 25, Adam Stanton.
Your Cougars are coached tonight by head coach Steve Harrell and assisted by Coach Miller Long.
All right, tip for the Cougars, or for the varsity game, I should say. Whiffed by both players, and we'll redo the tip. Won by the Cougars, and we're underway. Schumacher with the quick 3, and right off the bat, Schumacher on the board. Ball up ahead, stolen by Stanton. Adam Stanton to the glass, floats it in for Jaden Smith, and Jaden Smith puts it in. Number 2, Castillo, back across for Mace. Castillo up ahead to 33, Mace, the Mace brothers. Mace off the back of the rim. Cannon Miller pulls down the rebound out to Burns. Jaden. Broderick Burns pulls up for 2. And a hot start for the Cougars. Number 4, Sean Lechner gets trapped in the corner. Jaden Smith there steals it, gets it to Burns. Burns to the glass and puts it in. Timeout for the Wildcats.
30-second timeout.
So just a great start for the Cougars. All right, after the timeout, Wildcats will be inbounding underneath. Kyler Mace, the sophomore. Twin brothers, Kyler and Andrew, both sophomores. Lechner to Mace. Up ahead, Castillo. Adam Stanton there to deflect it away from Garcia. Verona Wildcats ball in the front court. Back into the back court for Kyler Mace. Mace gets trapped, Miller and Smith. Over to Lechner, he'll take the 3, and he got it. Lechner's a good 3-point shooter. He's got a low release, but you got to close out on him. Cannon Miller goes baseline, goes all the way through, kicks it to Burns. Burns to Jaden Smith. Baseline drive, comes up short. Rebound by Garcia. Ball into the middle. Loose ball secured by Castillo. All the way to the low block. Gets it back out to Lechner, but Lechner was on the sideline as he received that ball. Turnover back to the Cougars. Burns jogs it up into the front court for the Cougars. Over to Schumacher on the left side. Back up top to Miller. Inside to Stanton. High low to Burns. Burns fighting for an angle, draws the foul and finishes. And Broderick Burns will go to the line for the and one opportunity.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 33, Andrew Mace. That's his first personal and team first.
We've been talking about how putting Burns in that low position after the initial set is really a good opportunity for the Cougars to utilize Burns' strengths. Mace gets it to his brother. Lechner all the way ahead and lost out of bounds by Garcia. Back to the Cougars. Burns jogs it up. Over to Jaden Smith on the right side. Smith loses the handle, gets it back, and flips it to Miller. Screened by Stanton. Miller over to Schumacher on the left. Burns on the left side. Wildcats in the 3-2. Smith on the right wing. Back to Smith. Miller baseline, gets it back to Smith. Steps through, tough shot, and puts it in. Nice finish by Jaden Smith. Foul called on Jaden on the press.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 4, Jaden Smith. That's his first personal and team first.
Kyler Mace inbounding for the Wildcats. Gets it into Lechner. Bad pass, Adam Stanton there for the steal. Stanton goes for the floater as Andrew Mace tried to draw the charge. Dangerous pass, Jaden Smith flying around, able to steal it, saves it to Cannon Miller. Back to Stanton for the drive in and finish, and Adam Stanton on the board, 16-3. Mace over to Lechner. Into Castillo to break the press. Garcia for 3, and it's good.
Garcia for 3.
Cougars quickly out. Stanton to Smith. Back to Stanton and Burns at the top. Over to Schumacher on the left side. Smith at the top. Over to Miller on the right. Stanton flashes into the paint. 12-footer. Little flat and hits the back of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Andrew Mace. Schumacher tried to get a jump ball there, but Mace, good job stealing away. Schumacher reads the pass and gets the steal into Jaden Smith, and a nice finish. Stanton again reads the pass, steals, and finishes. 20-6. Loose ball, Schumacher steals. And number 2, Miguel Castillo riding Schumacher in. It's called for the foul. 20-6, 3:28 to play in the first quarter. Nolan Stanton, Brandon Schumacher, and Max Long checking in as Burns, Smith, and Cannon Miller sub out. Nolan Stanton inbounding up top to Schumacher. Decides not to take the three-pointer. Number 10 in the game for the Wildcats, that's Hinkle. Schumacher over to his brother Brandon. Nolan Stanton on the right side, back to the middle. Looking for the entry. Ball deflected over to Schumacher, and timeout by the Cougars. Cougars will inbound on the far sideline after the timeout. Sorry, I didn't get that clock stopped, or maybe I just mistakenly restarted it. 3:11 on the official clock. Brandon Schumacher on the left side. Into the corner for Ben. Looking for the entry, back up top for Brandon. Into the short corner for Nolan Stanton. Back out to Brandon Schumacher on the right wing. Bounce pass into Max Long. Kick to the corner for Stanton for three. Too strong. Adam Stanton on the backside pulls down the rebound and floats it in for 2 more points. Schumacher goes for the steal. Mace is able to get it. Still in the backcourt. Mace, dangerous pass in the middle. Max Long there for the steal. Out ahead to Brandon. Brandon Schumacher gets called for the travel. And turnover back to the Wildcats. Mace gets it into Hinkle. Stanton goes for the steal, knocked away. Will stay Wildcats ball. 2:33 on the official clock. Kyler Mace still in the backcourt. Schumacher's come on the double. And illegal contact called on Ben. No, called on Brandon.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 14, Brandon Schumacher. That's his first personal and team second. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 4, Sean Lechner.
Sean Lechner back in the game for the Wildcats as Castillo subs out.
Wildcats, number 0, Kyler Mace.
Lechner across for Garcia. Pulls up from 10. Oh, Long with the box out. Gets called for the push under as Mace went for the, Mace is getting called for the push as he went over Long's back.
33, Andrew Mace. That's his second personal and team
I
third.
thought they were calling Long for the clear out.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 2, Miguel Castillo.
So third foul on the Wildcats. Ben Schumacher jogging it up the middle of the court. Over to Brandon on the left side. Over to Ben in the corner. Stanton in the short corner. Adam Stanton rises up from 8 feet. Tough shot, backside rebound. Nolan Stanton deflects it to Long. Max Long, too strong, draws the foul and the finish. And Max Long go to the line
Basket's good.
for the N1 opportunity.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 0,
Long
Kyler
gets his
Mace.
own rebound.
That's his first personal and team 4.
Able to keep his body control to finish that basket.
Number 4, Jaden Smith, and number 24, Broderick Burns.
Fourth foul on the Wildcats. Burns and Smith back in the game as Adam Stanton and Ben Schumacher sub out. Max Long completes the three-point play, 25-6. Ball ahead to Garcia. Smith defending, ball out of bounds, back to the Cougars. Jaden Smith, bounce pass into Long in the block. Long turns and finishes. And Max Long, the last 5 points for the Cougars. Stolen away by the Cougars. Burns into Smith, able to control the fumble and put it in for 2 more. Ball ahead to Garcia, across for Hinkle. Hinkle down low, Max Long there for the steal. Out ahead to Nolan Stanton. If he can chase it down, has to throw it back into the court, and Castillo there to steal. Up ahead to Lechner. Lechner, nice finish off the glass. Burns over to Smith, into the corner for Brandon Schumacher. Back to Burns. Jaden Smith in the corner. Bounce pass into Long. Long, good body position. Gets his own rebound. Is able to kick it back out to Burns. Broderick Burns rises up from 15 and off the mark. Rebound secured by Castillo for the Wildcats. 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Cougars lead by 21. Hinkle into the corner for Lechner. Good job by Smith to close out to deny the three-point attempt. Mace over to Garcia, defended by Nolan Stanton. Back to Lechner. Brandon Schumacher picks him up, 5 seconds to play. Mace for three, deflected, and Burns there to hold it as the clock expires.
We would like to thank tonight's game sponsor, M&M
That does it for the end of the first quarter.
And the First family are proud to support New Heights Christian Academy and Cougar basketball. Go Cougars!
Jaden Smith currently leading all scorers with 8 points. Broderick Burns has 7. Max Long has 5. Wildcats have the arrow to start the second quarter. Second quarter underway. Hinkle being defended by Schumacher. Ball into Castillo. Stanton deflects it away to Schumacher, up ahead to Miller. And Cannon Miller there for the layup. Hinkle again being defended by Schumacher. Gets it back to Kyler Mace for three, and he nails it. Adam Stanton ahead to Miller. Back to Stanton. Miller in the corner for three. He got it. 34-11. Castillo. Ball back to Kyler Mace. Inside to Andrew. Foul called on the Cougars. Let's see who it's going to go against. Both Caleb Dennis and Connor Perry were in the area. Foul goes on Dennis.
Andrew Mace at the line, shooting 2.
Andrew Mace shooting 2. First one off to the left. Rims out on the second. Dennis gets a rebound out to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher slows it up. Into the half-court set. Miller off-ball screen for Stanton. Schumacher flips it to Miller for the long two. And hits the, it hit the support. It went in after it hit the support, but dead on the contact. Ball back to the Wildcats. Kyler Mace over to Hinkle. Into Lechner, dangerous pass. Miller right there for the steal. Cannon Miller out racing him, gets to the glass and puts it in for 2 more points for the Cougars. Hinkle on the left side. Lechner in the corner for 3, and he got it.
Sean Lechner for 3.
Schumacher up the middle of the court. Over to Stanton in the corner. He wants the 3, and he answers. Adam Stanton for 3. Lechner. Tough shot, draws the foul. And 5:29 on the official clock. Foul called on Schumacher.
3, Ben Schumacher. That's his first personal and team second.
Sean Lechner good on the first free throw.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 20, Valentin Garcia.
Around and out on the second. Dennis pulls down the rebound. Stanton slows it up to get it to Schumacher. Over to Stanton on the right side. Up top to Miller. Back to Stanton, long three. Dennis and Perry fight for the rebound, but can't get there as Castillo secures it. Lechner still in the backcourt. Crossover dribble as Miller defends. Over to Garcia on the left side, entered in to Andrew Mace. Nice turnaround hook shot.
Andrew Mace for 2.
Basket scored by the Wildcats. Stanton on the right side into the corner for Miller. Back to Adam Stanton for 3. Off the front of the rim, offensive rebound by Dennis. Dennis turns from 15. Perry's able to slap the rebound out to Cannon Miller. And Cannon Miller nails the 3. 42-17. 4:30 to play in the second quarter. Ball over to Castillo. Schumacher steals. Bounce pass to Cannon Miller, and he puts it in for 2 more. Miller now with 12 points on the night, leading all scorers. Castillo over to Mace. Adam Stanton reads it, going for the, he'll just go for the easy layup. And timeout by the Wildcats. Thought he might be lining up a dunk there, but decided to just go for the conservative layup. Hunter Marsh in the game for the Cougars. Nolan Stanton and let's see, actually it looks like 4 new players. Nolan Stanton, Jaden Smith, Broderick Burns, and Hunter Marsh for the Cougars. Kyler Mace. Number 32 in the game is Bentley Adamson. Over to Garcia. One more to Lechner. Burns closes out. Lechner rises up from 15. Tough shot. Hunter Marsh there for the rebound. Good outlet to Burns. Burns at the top. Over to Smith on the right side. Miller. Back to Smith for 3 from the right wing. Too strong. Lechner backside rebound. Kyler Mace, the sophomore, slowing it up. Cougars trying to deny that pass into the corner for Lechner. Able to get it there, but Smith closes out on him. Up to Adamson. Loses the handle, able to get it back. Nolan Stanton defending. Adamson picks up his dribble. Over to Kyler Mace, inside to Andrew. Hunter Marsh able to slap it away from behind. Smith with the steal up ahead to Cannon Miller. With the left, knocked away by Nolan Stanton and out of bounds back to the Wildcats. Cougars in a 1-3-1, picking up 3/4 court. Ball ahead, deflected by Jaden Smith out of bounds into the corner for an inbound for the Wildcats. Bentley Adamson there to inbound for the Wildcats. Up ahead, Nolan Stanton steals. And Stanton puts it in for two. Ball passed across and out of bounds back to the Cougars. Cougars pressure really giving the Wildcats fits. Burns over to Nolan Stanton. Cannon Miller at the top. Stanton for three from the left wing, and he got it. Mace ahead to Adamson, and can't handle the pass. Out of bounds back to the Cougars.
Number 2, Miguel Castillo. And checking in for the Cougars, number 33, Max Long.
Max Long checking back in the game for the Cougars. Cannon Miller subbing out. Burns with the baseball pass deflected by Garcia. Right back to Burns. Drives in, and blocking foul called on the Wildcats. That's the first foul of the quarter on the Wildcats.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 33, Andrew Mace. That's his third personal and team first.
Andrew Mace picks up his third foul. Jaden Smith into Long. Max Long switched over to Nolan Stanton on the right side. Entered into Hunter Marsh on the low block. Blocked by Lechner, but Max Long there for the rebound. Nolan Stanton back to Hunter Marsh. Jaden Smith gets a hand in there. Kyler Mace able to pull down the rebound for the Wildcats. Burns sets up the trap with Smith and lost out of bounds. Will stay Wildcats ball. 1:17 left in the first half. Mace into Lechner. Back to Mace for the long three. Off the front of the rim, Burns gets the rebound on the backside. Burns looking for an option, finds Smith out ahead. Jaden Smith all the way to the glass. And nice finish. Good attack by the Cougars. Castillo over to Kyler Mace. All the way into the corner for Lechner, but a moving screen down low by Garcia gets picked up by the ref.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 20, Valentin Garcia. His first personal.
They're looking for that corner option to get Lechner open for that three-point basket. Lechner has 9 points on the night. Burns brings it into the front court over the right wing. To Nolan Stanton at the top. Flash for Jaden Smith. Gets the dribble down, rises up from the elbow. Off the front of the rim. Max Long pulls down the rebound. Fadeaway hook shot. Can't get it to fall, and Lechner is able to clear. Mace looking for the last shot. 15 seconds to play. Castillo all the way in. Gets it back to number 44, Garcia. Castillo drives in and gets called for the travel. 6 seconds to play here in the first half. Burns lets it roll, gets it just beyond the mid-court line. Burns steps through. Max Long there gets a hand on it, knocked away. And that will do it for the first half. Halftime score 53-17. All right, we'll take an audio break here. Let's see, they got, I think we'll do 8 minutes. I'm sorry, I think we'll do 10 minutes on the halftime clock, but we'll just see. And well, they are doing 8 minutes. Okay, 8-minute halftime. back for the start of the third quarter. Cougars have the arrow. Looks like we'll be getting out of here pretty quick tonight. We'll have pretty confidently a running clock in the fourth quarter. Starting five for the Cougars. Wildcats have yet to take the court. Cannon Miller leading scorers with 12. Adam Stanton has 11. Jaden Smith has 10. Broderick Burns has 7. Adam Stanton turns and scores to open it up for the Cougars. Jaden Smith able to steal, gets it to Miller. Ahead to Schumacher, and Schumacher can't get it to fall, but Burns is there for the cleanup. Dangerous pass ahead. Garcia is able to get it. Castillo into Andrew Mace, and foul called on the Cougars.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 25, Adam Stanton.
That goes on Adam Stanton.
Team first.
Mace good on the first. Can't get the second to fall. Burns there for the rebound. Over to Cannon Miller on the right side. Bounce pass into the short corner, finds Miller on the cut. Stanton to Miller, and Miller can't find the angle for the layup. Ball ahead to Garcia. Over to Lechner, one more to Castillo. And offensive foul called on Castillo for the push-off.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 2, Miguel Castillo. It's his second personal on team first.
Second foul on Castillo. Ball into Burns. Burns dribbles down the right side. Entry into the post for Stanton. Stanton turns, tries to bounce it into Burns, but deflected away by the Wildcats. And recovered by number 33, Andrew Mace. Lechner ahead, trapped by Burns and Miller. Able to go baseline. Wild shot as Adam Stanton pulls it down. Across for Jaden Smith with the reverse layup, and foul called on the Wildcats. Jaden Smith will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 20, Valentin Garcia. His second personal on team second. Smith at the line shooting 2.
Smith too strong on the first. Rims around and in on the second. And it's a 40-point lead for the Cougars. Ball ahead to Garcia, takes the long 2 and puts it in.
Valentin Garcia.
Cougars quickly out, Burns to Schumacher. Good crossover dribble. Back to Burns for 3. Smith there for the offensive rebound. Floats it back, gets his own rebound again, draws the foul. And Jaden Smith will go back to the line for 2 more free throws.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 0, Kyler Mace. It's his second personal on team third. Smith at the line shooting 2.
Jaden good on the first. And makes both free throws. Mace over to Castillo, still in the backcourt. Burns and Schumacher come to trap, floated over to Lechner. Lechner all the way across for Garcia, but he's stepping on the sideline, drained the three, but was out of bounds. And back to the Cougars. Burns ahead to Schumacher on the left side. Finds Stanton at the elbow, looks for the back door. Stanton into the paint, floater, loose ball. Burns pulls down the rebound. Burns turns, baby hook shot. Stanton pulls down the rebound and puts it back. Cougars able to control the offensive glass and finish. Kyler Mace trying to get through Smith. Ball slapped by Smith right to Burns. And Burns lays it in for 2 points. Ball over to Garcia. Back to Kyler Mace. Mace all the way in. Stanton defending. And nice fancy finish by Kyler Mace. Quickly out to Schumacher. Schumacher to the glass. Draws the foul. And gets the roll.
Basket's good.
Take a look at that on replay.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 33.
Hung around the rim and finally fell in.
Personal and team four. Schumacher at the line, shoot 2. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 3, Carlos Castro, and number 10, Jacob Hinkle.
Schumacher good on the and one. (67-22) the score. Hinkle gets it into the corner for Lechner for 3. Burns backside rebound, quickly out to Smith. Jane Smith gets all the way there, but loses the handle and out of bounds back to the Wildcats. 4:27 left in the third. Lechner inside. Andrew Mace able to secure it. Bounce pass to Hinkle. Hinkle gets his own rebound. Burns comes in and slaps it away. Goes out of bounds back to the Wildcats. Number 3 is Carlos Castro, the freshman in the game. Hinkle inbounding for the Wildcats. Inside to Lechner. Lechner too strong. Gets his own rebound back, but Smith there to slap it away. Smith out running down the left side. Smith with the left at the glass and puts it in. Jane Smith now with 15 points. Smith steals. Ball deflected by Hinkle to Lechner. And foul called on Smith as he tried to get him from behind. Four subs at the table for the Cougars.
The Cougars, number 4, Jaden Smith. That's his second personal and team second. Hinkle at the line, shoot 2.
Smith with 15, Stanton with 15. Cannon Miller with 12, Broderick Burns with 11. Schumacher with 6, he'll stay in the game. Brandon Schumacher, Cam Marins, Nolan Stanton, and Max Long checking in for the Cougars. Free throw's no good as Cam Marins pulls down the rebound. Nolan Stanton over Brandon Schumacher, back to Stanton at the top. Schumacher looking in for Long, not there, back to Stanton. Schumacher in the corner. Marins at the top. Ben Schumacher on the right side. Bounce pass into Long. Long, good seal, and puts in the basket. A nice drop step. Ball inside, foul called on, I believe that's going to go against Brandon.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 14, Brandon.
That's the third foul
his second personal and team
of the
third.
quarter on the Cougars. Schumacher's second foul. Ball into Mace, back to Hinkle in the corner. 1 of the 3. Tough shot, air ball, lone stand outlet to Schumacher, Ben Schumacher. Schumacher to the glass and gets the roll.
Ben Schumacher, 4-2.
Cam Marins comes in and hip checks Kyler Mace out of bounds.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 1, Cam Marins. His first personal and team 4th.
Mace being defended by Schumacher, picks up his dribble, gets it to Hinkle. Then Schumacher picks him up. Back over to number 3, Castro. Into the corner for Mace, takes the tough 3 off the front of the rim. Marin's there for the long rebound. Out to Ben. Bounce pass to Brandon. Gets it into Long, and a lot of contact. Long draws the foul. That's the 5th foul on the Wildcats. Cougars will finish the quarter in the bonus. Max Long at the line for 2 free throws.
Long at the line, shooting 2. Checking
Long
in
short
number
on the
2,
first.
Castillo, and number 4, Sean Lechner.
Short on the second. Ball goes to Garcia. Got there as Nolan Stanton was chasing for it, and it goes out of bounds. Will stay Cougars ball. Stanton into Long. Schumacher on the right wing takes the long 3. Lechner there for the rebound for the Wildcats. Mace over to Hinkle. Castillo wants the 3. Decides not to take it as he picks up his dribble. Lechner steps on the sideline and out of bounds. Back to Wildcat coach informs the players that the green line is out of bounds, which is sometimes true. Ben Schumacher at the top. And
Timeout Cougars.
Cougars seem confused on the action. They're going to call timeout. Cougars lead by 51. Still on pace for 100 points, but the 4th quarter is a running clock. So I doubt we'll get there. We are planned to be in action again tomorrow at Wheaton. Wheaton is pretty close to Verona over there in the Aurora, Monette, Pierce City area. Ben Schumacher gets it to Nolan Stanton, back up top to Ben. Over to Brandon, into the corner for Ben for 3. Short, but Marins is there on the cleanup, and Cam Marins puts it in for 2. Kyler Mace. Hinkle gets it over to Lechner. Lechner into the paint. Tough shot. Draws the foul. And 1. We'll go bad on replay as Lechner gets into the paint, rises up, and Long just out of position. Tries to get a hand on it, but got arm contact as well. So both teams will close out the quarter in the bonus. Max Long pulls down the rebound. Good outlet to Burns. Brandon Schumacher on the left side. Back to Nolan Stanton at the top. Burns. Back to Marins. Pinned down screen by Schumacher to Stanton in the corner for three, and he got it.
Nolan Stanton for three.
78-24, 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hinkle, tough drive in. Burns there to hold him up. Burns baseball pass up to Long. Max Long with the creative finish as he finger rolls it in. And the long attempt, Cam Marin's there to block it. That will do it for the third quarter, 80-24. All right, back to the action. Fourth quarter ready to start. Verona Wildcats have the ball. Hinkle back up top to Castillo. Kyler Mace thought about the three. Dennis closes out on him. 15-footer offensive rebound by Mace. And Burns able to get the ball as Mace comes in out of control, commits the foul.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 0, Kyler Mace.
That's Mace's third foul. Burns being defended by Hinkle. Over to Miller on the left side. Inside to Dennis in the short corner. Dennis, nice baseline move. Can't find the backboard though and rolls out the backside. Kyler Mace pulls down the rebound. Hinkle on the left wing. Gets it to Lechner. Lechner with 11 points on the night gets it back to Hinkle. Lechner rises up, tough shot from the elbow. Comes up short as Connor Perry secures the long rebound. And out to Burns. Burns inside to the short corner for Perry. Bounce pass to the cutter, Burns, but it wasn't there and knocked away by the Wildcats. Ball into number 11, Gutierrez. Lechner turns, takes the 8-footer. Adam Stanton pulls down the rebound out to Burns. Burns all the way to the glass, draws the foul, and I'm not sure what he's calling there. On the, he motioned 2 shots. Oh, he's counting the basket.
Basket's good. Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 10, Jacob Hinkle. That's his second personal and team second. Burns at the line, shooting 1.
Burns completes the and one.
Checking into the Cougars, number 4, Jaden
Roderick
Smith.
Burns checks out of the game. Jaden Smith back in. Hunter Marsh
Checking into the
also
Wildcats,
checking in.
number 3,
Caleb
Carlos
Dennis
Castro.
checking out.
Number 20, Valentin Garcia. And number 33, Andrew Mace. Checking in for the Cougars, number 20, Hunter Marsh.
Kyler Mace. Over to Garcia. Up top to Castro. Back to Mace. Andrew Mace comes on the ball screen. And foul call on the Cougars. That'll go against Jaden.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 4, Jaden Smith. That's his 3rd personal and team first. Checking in for the Cougars, number 5, Nolan Stanton. Replaces Adam Stanton.
Nolan Stanton checking in the game for Adam. Kyler Mace for 3. And looking for a touch. Says nothing. Back to the Cougars. Jaden Smith all the way into the paint and puts in the floater. Nice finish. 85 to 24.
4-2.
Castro takes the long runner. Hunter Marsh turns it over as he tried to make the outlet pass. And foul called on Marsh.
Number 20, Hunter Marsh.
Kyler Mace will go back
His
to the
first
line
personal and team second.
for 2 free throws.
Mace at the line, shooting 2. Checking in for the Cougars, number 1, Cam Marins, and number 14, Brandon Schumacher.
Brandon Schumacher and Cam Marins checking in the game as the seniors finish their night. Jaden Smith and Cannon Miller hugging the coach as they go off on senior night. Nolan Stanton, good outlet to Brandon Schumacher. Back to Stanton. One more to Schumacher in the corner for 3. Off the front of the rim. Long rebound. Stanton's there to recover it. Looking for an option to get in the air. Saved by the Wildcats. And they're able to clear. Mace ahead into the front court. In the corner for Garcia. Garcia rises up from 15. Into the corner, Mace for 3. Comes up short, Lechner there, deflects it out of bounds. And 5 players for
Has entered the court.
the Wildcats subbing in. Nolan Stanton across the timeline. Schumacher to Perry in the corner. Nolan Stanton for 3. Connor Perry there for the rebound, but can't bring it in.
For the Cougars, Adam Stanton, Caleb Dennis, and Max Long.
Adam Stanton, Max Long, and Caleb Dennis checking back in the game for the Cougars. Hinkle over to Castillo. Corner for Garcia. Connor Perry backside rebound into transition. Hinkle chasing him down from behind, and Hinkle with the hard foul as he trips up Perry.
Foul's going to be on the Wildcats, number 10, Jacob Hinkle. That's his 3rd personal and team 3rd. Checking in for the Wildcats, number 13, Connor Irwin.
61-point lead for the Cougars. Ball into Long. Long for a long 2. If he would have been behind the 3, he probably would have made that. Number 11, Gutierrez. Over to Adamson. Perry goes for the tackle and steals the ball,
Fouls on the Cougars, number
but gets
30,
called for the
Connor
foul.
Perry. His 1st personal and team 3rd.
Getting a little revenge from the tackle on the other side. Irwin takes the shot. And results in the air ball, although the Wildcat faithful was supporting them on. All right, that will do it for
matchup
the
between
varsity
Verona
boys game. We'll be back in
and
action tomorrow night
At
at
this
Wheaton.
time, they are going to pray. Afterwards, please refrain from entering onto the basketball court.
We have some second half action to recap. We'll send you through that as we close out.